Okay, it's 25th of May and I just want to show you some trees I've grafted over. Here's a few sunset apples, and here's an apple I've cut down. I mentioned in the text what the varieties were and the reasons for doing it, but these apples basically didn't work out for us, so I've grafted them over. You can see this is a triple rind graft, and this was done about 6 weeks ago, and it's growing alright. There's a few more. It's a little bit of the original variety. It's often good to let some of it grow away. We'll remove that later. And here you see there's a single rind graft, and that's growing. So far so good. Here's a double cleft graft. As I've said before, exactly which graft you use, whether a rind graft, a cleft graft, or here a saddle graft, very much depends on the diameter of the wood you have to work with. This is a fairly typical bit of scion wood. It's about 5, maybe 6 millimeters thick, which is about right usually. A pencil, literally, it's about the same dimensions as a normal pencil, and depending on the wood you have to graft it onto, the diameter is key. And here this is sort of 3.5 centimeters thick. If you split this, you could just about get away with a cleft graft. It's not really very good. You couldn't possibly do a saddle graft here because of the difference in the diameter, so I've done a rind graft there, and that's taking okay. Here this is about 1.5–2 centimeters. Yeah, it's just about right to do a double cleft. And here again, it's a double rind graft, single rind, single rind, single rind, single rind. Sometimes it's just a mood I'm in, sometimes I'm going to do it. And this one again here, growing away. Here, nice symmetrical wire-shaped tree, 2 double clefts. So you get the idea. There's sort of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, it's about 16 apples here, which basically this variety was giving me fruit I didn't need. This variety is I've grafted in is of a variety, well in fact it's 2. This row here is an apple called Suntan, which is what these are. These were grafted over several years earlier. And this variety is called Ashmead's Kernel. These are Ashmead's Kernel. So I've grafted this row over to Ashmead's Kernel. And both of these are long-keeping, very high-quality apples that we were selling out of, whereas these were decent apples, but by misjudgment, which happens a lot in this life, thankfully it can often be corrected, we planted too many of a variety called Kids Orange Red, which is a great apple, but our customers got a little bit tired of it, and we ended up having a lot left over at the end of the season that we ended up throwing away, which is a bit, you know, to have to throw away apples that you've lovingly cared for and picked and stored, and you couldn't sell before they went soft. It's a bit of a drag when you think, if only we had some more Ashmead's Kernel, if only we had some more Suntan, we could be selling those because they keep right through into the new year. So again, the technique of top working apples over can be a very good way of correcting a mistake, or you buy a new piece, you move into a new house, there's an established orchard, you don't like the varieties, you can top work them over.